Okay, so now we're going to do some baking. I want to make some bread. I'm going to use a bowl mixer or a mixer, stand mixer. I prefer mixing bread with a machine, the dough, because I realized or I learned that for you to have very good dough, it really needs to be worked on so that the gluten is really activated. So we're going to use a mixer. You can still do it with your hands, but if you're doing it with your hands, then it means you'll take a lot of time kneading the dough, probably 15 to 20 minutes. So we're going to use 1 kg flour. This is just normal home baking flour. It's called all-purpose flour, just the normal packet. So this is 1 kg flour. Margarine, this is 75 grams. This is an optional. You can do without or you can do with. I find bread without margarine or any kind of fat or oil, it has a really nice chewy texture. Margarine makes it a little bit softer, so it's not as chewy, but it's a bit softer. And I want to make those replicas, not replicas, those Samoons, a replica of the Samoons at some Carrefour. So that's what I want to make, and I highly suspect I don't use any form of fat, margarine or oil, but I'm going to use it because if you don't use margarine, oil or any kind of fat, the bread is very nice on the first day, but if it stays the second day and the third day, then it becomes very hard. So I'm just going to use margarine because margarine helps maintain the softness of the bread even for 2 to 3 days. This is dry yeast, instant dry yeast. This is about 15 to 20 grams, should be enough. Warm milk, 650 grams. You can use water if you want to. I just find milk makes it very nice and rich. Sugar, this is also another optional ingredient. Of course, sugar makes bread sweet, but there are some breads without sugar and they're very, very nice. Actually, traditionally, bread is made with 3 ingredients: flour, water, and salt. Traditionally, that's when they used to do it's called sourdough starters, and I think I'll do a video on how to make sourdough starter and we make a sourdough bread. So sugar is also an optional. You can go without sugar, and there are some breads I've bought in some artisan bakeries in this Nairobi without sugar, and those breads are nice, sweet. Salt, 20 grams. And now we are going to mix all our ingredients, all the ingredients in the bowl. Sugar, salt, yeast. I just find it when you're pouring your yeast, just make sure it doesn't mix with the salt. It may have very, very little effect, but salt has some effect on yeast. So I'll just make sure we combine the salt, our margarine, and the liquid. Okay, we're just going to check as it mixes. We are going to check the consistency. We may need to just add a little flour if it is too soft, or just a little bit of liquid if it is too dry. So we are going to check that. So now onto the mixing. If you do it with high speed, the flour might just be all over. So let's just start with low speed. And then we are going to increase the speed. Once everything incorporates well, we're going to increase the speed to high speed. I think that's 15. Let's do high speed. point, I'm going to check the consistency so that if we need to add anything, I'm going to add it right now. So I feel it is okay. It is nice. Should I add? Let me give it a little time, then I know if I'm going to add any flour. And at this moment, you're supposed to mix for at least 7 minutes. So if you're doing it with hands, probably double that, 15 to 20 minutes. So it has been mixing for about 7 minutes. If you can look at the dough, it looks nice and soft and smooth, and it's stretchy. So the dough is ready, very nice and soft. So you need to apply just a little oil. You don't want the dough to stick on the table. As you can see, it's very nice and stretchy. The gluten has really activated well. So what you're going to do right now, just fold it. You need to have a basin. This is where I'm going to keep it so that it proofs. So you just want to make a very nice ball. Just tuck it in and let it have that little stretch on the outside. Just a bit more oil on the basin, very little. This is just to help the dough that it doesn't stick. You don't want it to stick on the basin. And then you put your dough there. So you're going to cover it. You're going to let it rest for about 1 hour. So as it rests for 1 hour, just need to cover it nicely so that it doesn't dry or form a crust. But you also want it to breathe. So if you've covered it so tightly, just make a small holes for it to breathe. Just keep it in a warm place and let's leave it for 1 hour. Let's get back and we'll see how it's doing. You can see the size of it right now. Let's check it after 1 hour. Yes, and we're back. 1 hour later, our dough has really, actually more than an hour. I got caught up doing something. It's actually more than an hour. So our dough is already proofed. You can remember how it was. So I don't really knock back, I just leave it as it is. Then let me bring the weighing scale. I just love doing this in a certain way. So I'm going to measure my dough. So about 80 grams. 5 is okay. So the next stage I do is to make some balls. The same way you make buns. But now when it comes to size, you can do whatever size you want. That's on you. You can do them smaller, you can do them bigger. But this is a standard size. So 80 grams per piece. So we are going to let them rest about 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. And then you come in, now you start molding them into the shape that you want. So the reason we don't do it immediately is because now the gluten is not activated. Whenever you let the dough rest, the gluten gets activated. And the gluten is that, you see that stretchy effect the dough has, that's because of gluten. So let's wait for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I've waited for about 10 minutes. They've rested well, they are soft, they are nice. So my baking trays are ready. This is the best for this kind of bread we are doing. This is the best tray to use. But if you don't have, don't worry, you can just make it like the normal one. So what I'm going to do now, just shaping the bread, and this is how I do it. If you're doing buns, by then these ones, they're just okay, you just press them. But for Samoons, so I'm just going to fold in and give it a push. This is just to make sure it seals. So the seal will be under, and this is just going to come on my baking tray like that. So it is just, you just tuck it in, and then you give it a push. Just like that. So the next stage now, just keep them in a warm place, let them rise. Professionally or commercially, you have a prover. It is heated. In most cases, it is dry and wet. It has a dry element and a wet element. So the dry element keeps the temperatures up. The wet element makes sure that the breads are kept moist, because you don't want them to dry. But because we don't have that right now, how do I do it? You can keep them in your oven, but right now I have something baking in the oven, so I'm not going to do that. But you can keep them in the oven. It acts as a puffer. You just set your temperature to around 50 40 to 50. That's nice temperature. You don't want it to be so high because they're going to dry. So around 40 to 50, you just set your temperature, put them in there, and then just wait for them to rise. And because they're going to dry, what do I do to help them not dry? So I will have my water. This is just water, plain water, and this is a sprayer. So this is what I'm going to spray. I'm going to spray them just before I put them in the oven. It helps them, give them a shine, and also when the bread has that dryness, when the coating is dry or the top of the bread is a bit dry, it doesn't rise up well. So you want it to go into the oven when it's a bit moist and wet, and it also helps it to be to have a nice shiny coat. If you have an oven that has steamer, it works perfect, and it even gives the bread that crunchy outer part of the bread, or the crust. The crust is it becomes a bit crunchy and very nice. So we are going to let them now rise. Give them about 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the temperature, how your room is. 45 to about 1 hour. But we should see by the size how they are going to be looking like, and then we put them in the oven. So see you in about 45 minutes. Bread, yeah, so the bread has risen, as you can see. This one, I think I placed it, I didn't check the line. As you can see, the bread is risen. It has all risen. Now there's something I want to show you called scarring bread. You use a razor blade, thin one. This one I just use it for bread. So this is whereby you cut a little bit. You can do it many designs as you want, as you wish. This is called scarring bread. It's just to add some, just to beautify, make it look good. Just to make it look good. So that's scarring bread. As you can see, the skin is a bit dry. Remember, we are proving outside there's no moisture, so the skin is a bit dry. So the oven, the temperature is going up. I'm just waiting for it to get to 220. That's when I've set it. It's almost there. As you can see, this one is almost there, and so is this one. So I'm just waiting to get to 220. I'm going to bake it at 220, and since it's almost there, just a few seconds, I've scaled this. I don't know if I think I will also scale this. Just makes the bread looks nice. It has nothing at this moment, but when you're doing sourdough bread, it really helps the bread to get that we call it oven spring. It really rises very well. But for the normal, this is just yeast bread, so it might not have a big difference, but we're going to see. As you can see what is happening right now, we're going to see when it bakes. So then the next thing now is to spray. So we're going to spray. Let the skin soak in that moisture, that water is going to help it not to be so dry, and also to get shiny texture. So that's enough. And this one we do it the last minute, as you put in the bread in the oven. So the temperature is already there. As you can see, it's already there. So we take the bread. You have to be very careful. You don't want to shake it so much so that the air doesn't come out. Oops, I touched the onion. It's okay. So that's it. You can also add some water, some boiling water in a bowl and put it inside if you have space. It also helps. It helps to maintain the moisture and your bread gets that shiny look. So let's wait and see. And yes guys, after about 25 minutes, that is the results. That bread looks good, isn't it? Wale wanajua Samoons zile za pale Carrefour, tumeweza ama hatujaweza? Niambie hapo kwa comment section. Tumeweza ama hatujaweza? And then one thing I like about bread coming out of the oven is the crunch. It's usually crunchy. Yes, it will get soft with time, but this bread is just, and then the smell, oh my goodness, I wish you guys can just feel, the aroma that is coming out of it. I love fresh bread. I love the smell of fresh bread. Just look at it. Isn't this nice? Just look at the color, the golden color. Just baked it for both. So the ultimate tastes for this bread. Takwanza tuone how is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. I don't know if it's capturing. This one is on the softer side, actually. I don't know if you can see it. There's nothing that beats hot bread. Hii hata haitaki chai. Nataka tu uipake butter or some margarine. It's crunchy. Kwanza I love it when it's crunchy. When it gets a bit softer. But you can see, just look at that shine. Remember the shine that I was telling you because of that water. If we didn't spray it with water, singepenya parara sana. Oh, this is nice, man. I don't know if you guys laugh at, but that myth of eating hot bread at unafura tumbo, that's a lie. Once you bake the bread, the yeast dies. So hakuna kitu inaenda kufanya kwa tumbo yako. Unless you're eating bread that is not well cooked. If it is not well cooked, then on the inside the dough is not well cooked. So when it gets into your stomach, it's going to cause some issues. But if it is well cooked, hot bread is the best. And so guys, thank you very much. Next time we're going to do something else. Today I'm a baker. I do a lot of cakes, of which I'm going to showcase also. I do a lot of cakes and baking decoration. I'm not also going to be just thinking about cooking. Some simple meals. Maybe choma, some barbecue, some simple meals that you can do at home. I'm also going to be doing some. If you love watching travel or just drive videos, something, some street food, some restaurants. Let's do it. Let's start. It's a journey I'm starting right now. And I welcome you all to the channel. Subscribe. I started this channel some months. I was focusing on making, but right now what I'm going to do is just big variety. So I'll be making travel videos. sana, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, tell me what you want to see. I'll read your comments. I'll check which comment, where you want me to go next, or what you want me to do next. If it's something to do with baking, it's something to do with cooking, it's something to do with review, let me know what you want, then we do that. Okay? Thank you very much. Boni, let's start journey together until